Hi, Sleep.com. My name is Alexa, and today I'll be taking you through a sequence of stretches that are great to do anytime, but are especially restorative and relaxing before bedtime for a good night's sleep. All you'll need for our stretch sequence today is a soft surface like your mat and your body. Join me when you're ready. Let's start with some standing side stretches. Feet are about hips width apart. Inhale the arms all the way up. Hold onto your right wrist and lean all the way over to the left side, pressing down into the right foot, stretching up into your right fingertips. Gaze can go up slightly towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch all the way through your right side body. Inhale back into center, switch wrist at the top and take it over to the right side, stretching the left side this time. Be sure to press down into your foot and reach up into that arm. Feel as much length as you can here. Bring it back into center. The arms come out to about shoulders width, and let's take a gentle back bend, reaching up into the fingertips as you open your front body. On your exhale, round forward, pulling the abdominals up and in, softening the knees slightly, letting the arms just dangle down. And we're only coming about halfway. Take a couple of arm circles here, just letting the arms swing gently out, around, and in. We take about 5 or so, and then reverse directions. I might have taken a couple more there, but you can never have too many of these. This just feels really nice in the upper back and shoulders, just starting to release some tension around the neck and upper back, where so many of us feel tightness at the end of the day, especially if you have a job where you're forward facing, maybe sitting at a desk or computer. All right, bring those arms to stillness, bend the knees a little bit more, and let your fingertips just come all the way down to the floor, gently grazing the floor. There's something that happens when the fingertips touch the floor that allows your body to relax even more. Start to soften into this forward fold or into this stretch of the back body. And it's a really gentle one because we're just starting out. Take a really deep breath in here. And as you exhale, actively and consciously melt and release into that stretch. Take one more cycle of breath, breathing in deeply, exhaling, softening even more. From here, place your hands flat onto the floor, bend the knees just a little more, and come down to all fours. Once you're down on all fours, take your left arm and thread it underneath the right for thread the needle. This is a really nice stretch for your upper back and shoulder. The right arm reaches forward and the hips stretch away from that right hand. Take a really deep breath in here and allow yourself to settle into that stretch. And as we go through our sequence today, we want to take about 3 to 5 breaths, 10 to 15 seconds in each stretch, allowing the body to open up and to surrender to that stretch, really allowing ourselves to let go as we come into each stretch of our evening. Take one more deep breath in here, exhale, and bring it into center. Let's move on to the other side. Reaching through, threading that arm, relaxing the shoulder away from the neck so that we're not building up any tension. The left arm reaches nice and long and the hips stretch away from that left hand. Feel the space being created in your back body. This should feel really, really nice, especially if you have any sort of forward-facing roll throughout the day. It's just a nice way to release tension across that upper back. Take one more cycle of breath in here. Exhale all the way out. Feel yourself melt and bring it into your center for an active rest position. We're going to pull the belly away from the thighs, rounding the spine. The tailbone is slightly tucked under, reaching the hips back away from the fingertips, gentle pressure in the fingertips, and feel the spread of all of the connective tissue in your back body. I love this stretch. I get a lot of back pain, and this is one that helps me relieve that pain and create space in the spine and in the muscles and tissues surrounding the spine. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale out, press a little bit more into the fingertips, round the tailbone under just a little bit more, and bring it forward. Transition into a seated position in any way that works best for you. Now from your seat, your feet are going to come flat on the floor, knees are bent, and we'll lay it down for some hip openers and maybe also some quad stretches. Bring your right leg into the body, extending the left leg as far away from you as you can for a bow and arrow. So it should feel like you're pulling your arrow, or you're pulling your knee back into your body, and you're stretching your bow, stretching into those toes in the front leg, opening up across the quad of the left side and the pelvis. Now, taking the hands behind the hamstring, give yourself 3 kicks, slowly working into a hamstring stretch, with each kick going a little bit deeper into that stretch. On the third one, hold the leg all the way out. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Walk the hands as far up the leg as you can keep your shoulders relaxed. Point your toes and flex. And again, these are all feel-good motions. If something doesn't feel too great here, maybe regress a little bit. You can bend the knee. You can walk the hands a little bit further down the leg. Now hold the flex position where the heel is reaching up. Pull the leg a little closer into you. Draw the shoulders more into the mat. Feel the stretch all the way through your calf, into your hamstring, just releasing the back body. From here, we're going to bend the knee one more time, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm comes to the floor. Draw the knee across the body, stretching the outer hip, getting a little bit of a twist in the spine, keeping the shoulders grounded. So the aim here is not to get the leg all the way across to touch the floor. The aim is to feel the stretch. Now, if you're one of those really flexible people that can do that, by all means, take the leg all the way across as long as your shoulders are still grounded. Bring the leg back into the body, and we're going to keep the leg in, bending at the left knee, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Reach through the gap that you created and either hold on behind your left hamstring or in front of your left shin for a figure 4 stretch, just opening up a little bit more across that right hip. And so many of us get tight hips. I'm definitely one of those people, and this just feels so glorious at the end of a long day. I like to rock my stretch just gently side to side, and it's almost like you're giving yourself a little spinal massage as well. But what this does is it helps you sort of work into that stretch. And if you find any sticky spots that are talking to you more than others, you can always hold there for an extra cycle of breath, just getting a little bit more release through that stickiness and bringing it back into center. Let's transition on to the other leg. Nice. We're going to keep the left leg bent into the chest. Extend the right leg out for that bow and arrow. Stretch across your hip and your quad. Really reach into those toes, taking a really deep breath in, shoulders down, face relaxed, neck relaxed. And we take the hands behind the hamstrings, kicking 3 times into a hamstring stretch, finding a little bit more extension with each one. Really reach into those toes. Third one, we hold it in, walk the hands closer to the ankle, shoulder blades draw down and in. You might close your eyes here. I find that closing the eyes always helps me find a little bit more of a connection. I'm drawing the shoulders to the mat. I'm keeping the ribs heavy, pointing the toes and flexing the foot. Ooh. It's a little bit more intense on this side for my body. So if you find that there's a difference between one side and the other, know that it's absolutely normal. Now, can you hold that reach into the heel and really work into that hamstring, taking a really deep breath in, exhale, get the leg as straight as possible, but almost always remember the aim is not straightness. The aim is to find stretch in the hamstring, releasing the back body. From here, bend the knee, take the right hand to the outside of the left leg, draw the leg across the body, starting to work into that stretch across your left hip, keeping the shoulders grounded just like we did on the first side. Taking a deep breath in here, allowing yourself to settle into that twist and stretch. Another deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. Reach through the gap. You can either hold on behind your hamstring or hold on in front of your shin for that figure 4. Stillness is an option, but if you're like me, if you felt it, if you kind of really enjoyed that gentle rock on the other side, bring it in here as well. Oh, this feels so nice across the back. And like I said, it just gets me a little bit more into that stretch. It finds a little bit more connection, a little bit more depth, a little bit more release as well. Nice. And we bring it back into center. Uncross the legs. We're going to roll it over to one side and go straight onto our belly for a quad stretch. drawing the right leg into the body. Let your head rest on your left forearm, pulling that right heel into the body. Try to keep your legs as close together as possible. Now, if your right hand does not reach that foot, if you can't hold on to the foot, you can always use a towel, you can use a strap or a belt, something that allows you to pull the heel in. Stretching the quads is definitely something that is way underrated. Now, 90% of the clients that I work with have some kind of imbalance caused by tightness or overactive quads. So it's so important to release them. A lot of us feel like we have tight hamstrings when in fact, it's the quads overstretching the hamstrings. So take time every once in a while to release the quads and release the front body. Let's transition over to the other side, bringing the left heel in, finding that quad stretch on the other side. Again, use a belt. You can use a little rope, like a little yoga strap, anything that allows you to hold on to the foot if you can't get there with your hand. Don't want it to be too much of a struggle because you just want to focus on that stretch. Take another deep breath in here. Try to pull the heel in closer. Keep the inner thighs gently hugging into each other so that the hip and the spine don't kind of compress into that stretch. Nice. Pulling in deeply. Release the foot. Press it back up to all fours. Reach your hips back one more time. Rounding into that active rest position. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Bring yourself into seated. And that marks the end of our stretching sequence. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel released and relaxed throughout your body and that you're ready for a really great night's sleep. Again, my name is Alexa and I'm Low Impact Fit across all social media platforms. I hope we get to see each other again soon. Bye.